Calaroga Shark Media.
Can you come fix my boiler? Hi, I'm Johnny Mac with your Daily Comedy News. If you're like, Johnny Mac, that sounds like a heater. Do I hear a heater on the floor there? Yeah, you do. I'll try and make it go away in the noise reduction. Sebastian Maniscalco, he liked Marcelo Hernandez's impression on Saturday Night Live. So did I. First of all, I am just impressed. Marcelo Hernandez, I've given a lot of crap saying he does one thing and he does one thing well. Apparently he does two things well. He busted out an impression of Sebastian Maniscalco. Let's listen.
You're not gonna believe it. I'm driving my car, and I got the stick shift going, and then the traffic was on another level. Okay, and then this genius cuts me off, and I'm like, why would you do that?
Sebastian went on social media and wrote, nailed it. Sebastian shared the sketch. Say that 3 times fast. I did. You're hearing take 3. 2, he shared it on his Instagram stories and added, you got to be kidding me. Now, hopefully, I mentioned the trailer radicalized me. I'll play the trailer for you again tomorrow. The trailer radicalized me that Sebastian needs to stop with the stupid faces. And you know what? I was thinking about this more. I'd like to hear him tell more jokes in his natural voice. He's always doing that affectation, which again, my personal friend Dan Whitney portrays a character called Larry the Cable Guy, and people lose their mind that Larry's doing this character. Sebastian's doing a character. That is not how he normally speaks. You can hear him in interviews. That is not his normal delivery. But apparently everybody's okay with it. A lot of press about Sebastian this week. Not much of it says the word Riyadh. So if you were a comedian and you took the paycheck and you were worried about your career being damaged, don't worry, enjoy the money. Sebastian has teamed up this month with the Prostate Cancer Foundation for a November to Remember. The collaboration unites comedy and cause to combat prostate cancer, spread awareness for early detection, and destigmatize the conversation surrounding men's health issues. One of the things they do here is No Shave November. I'm not sure if Sebastian is taking part in No Shave November, as he's doing a lot of press this week, and we are in the middle of November. I'm going to guess no. David Letterman announced his next guest. His next guest is the great dramatic actor Adam Sandler. Now, what do I do? This is like one of those parables. So if it's your number one comedic influence in David Letterman and your least favorite comedic influence in Adam Sandler, and they meet up, do you watch it? I guess you do. You stay for the dramatic actor conversation? This will be on Letterman's Netflix show on December 1st. There is a trailer. Little lengthy here, a couple edits because Adam Sandler said some naughty words. Adam, work clean, dude. What are you doing? Let's listen.
I remember my dad. Oh, my God. I did this one show in Boston, and my dad and brother came to see it, and I ate it so hard in front of my dad, and I hated that. And the MC, I don't know who it was, I don't remember, came on after, and I walked off into the humiliation of eating it. And I was halfway out, and he says, Adam. And I'm like, Adam, is that me? And I turn around, and the MC goes, and I was 17. He says, were you the class clown in school? And I go, yeah. And he goes, stick with that. And the place goes, oh. And I was like, that hurt in front of Pop.
There's no more period of vulnerability than those few moments. Either you've killed or you've not killed, but you are just raw.
Yeah, man. It's a toughie. You don't even know. Like, I do this, David. I'll drive in my car, and I'll be feeling good, listening to a good song. As I'm driving, maybe it's 6 o'clock, the show's at 8 o'clock that night, I go, try to keep this feeling. What you're feeling right now. Can you do that? And then literally 7 o'clock comes on. I'm like, I can't keep it up.
Listeners to this program know that the President of the United States and I don't agree on all the issues, but one issue in which we're united is make NBC 1230 great again. I back the president here. He's trying to get Seth Meyers replaced. The president was on Truth Social and wrote, NBC's Seth Meyers is suffering from an incurable case of Trump derangement syndrome, TDS. He was viewed last night in an uncontrollable rage, likely due to the fact that his show, quote-unquote, is a ratings disaster in all caps. Aside from everything else, Meyers has no talent, and NBC should fire him immediately. That would open the door to making NBC 1230 great again. Maybe Josh Johnson would enjoy a late-night show. Not the worst idea. Now, is Seth Meyers a ratings disaster? Well, I'll let the lawyers argue about what disaster means or not. The Cambridge Dictionary calls a disaster an event that results in great harm, damage, or death, or serious difficulty. Now, I don't think Seth Meyers is causing any of those. LateNighter.com said in Q3, in the Live Plus 7 ratings, all viewers 2 and up, Late Night with Seth Meyers averaged 923,000 viewers. Now, I'm just going to point out, if we compare that number to the amount of people who listen to this podcast, I'm a lot closer to Seth Meyers than Seth Meyers is to Joe Rogan. Just saying. Make NBC 1230 great again. Kevin James is up to something. Have you caught on to this? He's been posting videos on TikTok as an art teacher named Matt Taylor. Now, the first one I saw, I was like, maybe it's just a guy that looks like Kevin James, but Kevin has gone to the well many, many times now, and people are like, okay, what's this about? Art teacher Matt Taylor has been posting uplifting painting instructional videos. At the time of this recording, there has been at least 15 of the videos. Matt Taylor teaches 4th grade art. Some think this is a promotional effort for Kevin James' upcoming romantic comedy Solo Mio, coming to theaters February 6th. I don't know if you know anything about the movie industry. February is not when you put out your Oscar winners. Let's just put it that way. Entertainment Weekly looked at the clues. You see in the film, Kevin James' character is named Matt. All right, that's a good clue. Another clue, the filmmakers behind Solo Mio follow the Matt Taylor account on Instagram. 2 of the actors in the Solo Mio cast also follow the Matt Taylor account. The press release tells us of the film, Matt, a man whose dreams of a picturesque Italian wedding are shattered when his fiancée leaves him at the altar. Matt embarks on his planned honeymoon across Italy alone, immersing himself in the country's vibrant culture, food, and beauty. EW points out nothing about that suggests the protagonist is a 4th grade art teacher. However, there are some clues in the videos. This is fun. In video number 9, Matt Taylor answers several questions, including one that asks why he's always including couples in his landscape paintings. Matt Taylor said, when you're painting an idea, I guess. And for me, to see a couple is completion. And in my life right now, we're working there. In video number 11, Matt talks about how the natural world serves as an inspiration for his art. Matt Taylor says, this is created by the uncreated. God creates it for us out there, and this is the stuff we try to recreate. In video number 15, Matt speaks to the camera in his classroom. He's suddenly interrupted by a woman walking by, causing to lose his train of thought for a moment. He seems pretty distracted by the woman's presence. People are wondering what's going on with Stephen Colbert on the cover of GQ. Is Stephen Colbert smoking a joint on the cover? And if so, what kind? Colbert said, you can't prove that was a joint. Get a warrant. Will Stephen Colbert be hosting a podcast in his basement anytime soon? He was quite clear. He said, I'm not going to do a podcast. You cannot make me do a podcast. There's nothing in the Constitution that says when you lose your TV show, you have to get a podcast. I don't have a Substack. I don't have a podcast. He says that now. Wait until SiriusXM calls with the money. Write this down. Stephen Colbert will host a podcast. Write that down. Write it down. Did you write it down? Get a pen. I'll wait. Write it down. Stephen Colbert will host a podcast. Okay, good. We wrote that down. And this next story I thought I would tie to the ongoing late night wars just to point out what could happen in a different situation. This from Iran International, not a source I normally use on this podcast and not one that I'm familiar with, but I did see a few international sources talk about this one. Apparently, an Iranian female comedian got a 6-month prison term and mandatory homework. Now, my apologies if I don't have this all correct. As I understand it, as comedian Zainab Mousavi had joked about the author of the national epic Book of Kings in a comedy segment. Mousavi is known for her online satirical persona Empress Kuzku, which is a parody character of an elderly villager whose tightly worn hijab exposes only her nose. Mousavi was convicted over the controversial segment posted on her social media in August. The sketch recited verses from the Book of Kings with irreverent commentary. Iran International reports that according to a copy of the ruling published by her husband on social media, Mousavi must prepare a compulsory thesis under the supervision of the Ferdowsi Foundation and an instructor approved by the institution. The thesis must address topics such as Ferdowsi's place in Iran's national identity and culture and the importance of the Book of Kings in Persian literature. The court also ordered her to conduct at least 120 hours of storytelling sessions for children and teenagers in underprivileged areas. Friend of the show, Jason Zinneman, he's Zinneman J on Threads. He posted, I saw Chris Fleming kill in a Brooklyn basement on Thursday and at Carnegie Hall on Saturday. He's the rare comedian where I can't say for sure which I preferred. Is he a small or big room act? Kind of both. I had mentioned love Chris Fleming, was kind of shocked that Chris Fleming was playing Carnegie Hall. Sounds like it was a good show. I finished the Eddie Murphy documentary. I really liked it at first, and as it went on, I just felt like it wasn't deep enough. I felt like it went too fast, and it's like 2 hours long. But there's a lot to Eddie's career, and they definitely skipped some things. I'm not here to bury Eddie Murphy, but, go on Wikipedia. I think for me, I'm primarily interested in the first part of Eddie's career and less so about the Dr. Dolittle period. If somebody wants to make a documentary about Eddie Murphy that ends in, 1989, I'll watch. On Gossip Corner, Pete Davidson celebrated his 32nd birthday. His girlfriend, Elise Hewitt, posted on social media calling Pete Davidson her personal toe cracker, who gets unnaturally excited about VHS/old TVs and loves to twirl my hair and is my best friend in the whole wide world. We heart you, Pete. I've been trying to ignore this one, but it won't go away. Jeff Dye was on the Joe Rogan Experience. People are all upset about this. Jeff apparently did not make friends on social media after launching a fundraising campaign on GoFundMe to sponsor his move to Texas from California. Jeff Dye had been on the Joe Rogan Experience and talked about being scared of California Governor Gavin Newsom's policies. Dye then created a GoFundMe page to receive donations for his move. One person on social media said, can't be a very good comedian if you need a GoFundMe for $2,000? I'll give you the whole $2,000 if you get on camera and admit you're a little baby who believes in nothing. The GoFundMe initially listed $26,000 as its target amount. Jeff Dye had said, LA has become such a liberal cesspool that is no longer worth being part of. I don't want to continue to give my tax dollars to a state I've lost hope in. Jordan Peterson once said, if people aren't listening, stop talking to them. I want to talk to my people. Jeff Dye explained, regarding my GoFundMe post, I thought it'd be funny and rich guys would make big donations and would all be like, haha, Gavin Newsom sucks, welcome to Texas. I was wrong. Instead, a bunch of loonies online went ape and lost their minds. Since it seemed overwhelmingly negative, I took the L and removed the GoFundMe, refunded everyone. For the record, this made me more conservative after seeing the groups it triggered. And that is your comedy news for today. I'll see you tomorrow.